All right, today we are looking at lesson 2.6, which is called true or false equations. I want to just clarify, because we've been working a lot with expressions, and expressions are different than an equation, because an expression does not have an equal sign. Equations do. So an equation is made up of an expression plus the solution, and it's separated with the equal sign, okay? So today we're working with the equations. We're determining if the equation is true or false based on information given to us. So looking at the top example, it says, tell whether a plus 9 equals 15 is true or false when a equals 6. So what does that mean? That means I have to replace the letter A with 6 and test it. I will test it out, see if it does equal 15, and if it does, then my answer is true. Does that make sense? I'm literally doing the same thing I did in the last lesson. I'm just now telling if the answer they're telling me it should equal is true or false. Okay, so we're going to look at some examples starting at number 1 down towards the bottom of your page. It says k plus 7 equals 20. So off to the side, if I'm writing, you're writing. This is very important because I'm going to expect your classwork to look the same. So when you're doing this independently, I'm expecting the same work on your page. So we're going to write the equation, k plus 7 equals 20. Okay, what I know is that k equals 13. So now I'm going to replace k with 13 and plug everything in, and then I solve it. What is 13 plus 7? 20. And it says it should equal 20, does it? Yeah. Yes, it does. So I put a little check mark above the equal sign to show that it is true. So in the blue box, I'm going to write true.
Oh, I just put a T.
That's fine. Except I would prefer if you write the actual word. That way there's no confusion if it's a T or an F. Because sometimes people like to be tricky. And they like to make an F look like a T if they accidentally were supposed to put T and put F. So writing the word will help clarify any confusion later. Okay, number 2 is 13 minus q equals 6. So we're going to practice again. Good habits, where we write the equation. Then I plug in what I know. I know that q equals 5. So 13 minus 5 equals 6. Then I solve it. What is 13 minus 5? 8. So 8 equals 6. Is that true or false? If it's false, I draw a slash through the equal sign. This is a mathematical symbol to show that they are not equivalent. But I will write false in my blue square. Okay, these are probably the same things that, because this is the beginning of algebra. So I'm teaching you because I've taught 7th grade, I've taught 6th grade. I kind of know like what you're going to be getting to. So I'm trying to teach you those same steps and those same things that you're going to see later on. So if we practice good habits now with a little bit more simple equations, when you get the more complicated equations later on, you'll already have those good habits developed. All right, let's look at number 4. Number 4 is a fraction. It says z divided by 3 equals 13. Don't forget, a fraction is a division symbol. It means z divided by 3. So if I plug in 42 where z is, and I divide it by 3, it should equal 13 is what this equation says. So I want to test it out. So off to the side, I'm going to write 42 divided by 3. 3 goes into 4 once, which is 3. Then I subtract, and then I bring down. And 3 goes into 12 4 times. So what is 42 divided by 3? 14. Does it equal 13? No. Draw a slash through that equal sign, and we will write false in the blue rectangle. Okay, I'm going to let you in your table try 3, 5, and 6. Do these steps. As I'm walking around, I should see you writing the equation. The second step should be filling in the variable with the value it gives you. The third step is showing whether or not it's equal or not equal. Okay, on number 3, what should my first line look like? Oops, hang on, let me get my pen. I have the wrong thing. Okay, 8 times y equals 56. Okay, my second line. What am I doing different on the second line this time?
Plugging
Plugging in the number or the value for the variable that it gives me. So now I have 8 times 7 equals 56. And then on that third line, what do I have?
56.
56 equals 56. And is that true? Yes. So in my blue rectangle, I'm going to write true. If you only wrote true and you didn't show your work, that's not what I'm asking you to do. I'm asking you to write out each step because we are developing good habits now. I should see all 3 of those steps. Original equation, equation with the variable replaced with the value of it, and then the answer. Okay, on number 5, I'm going to start with b minus 9 equals 17. The second step is replace the variable with the value that it gives me. It says b equals 28. So if I do 28 minus 9, it should equal 17. The third step, 28 minus 9 equals what? 19. Does 19 equal 17? No. So I draw a slash through the equal sign to show that it is not equal. And then I'm going to write false in the blue rectangle. And then the last one, I have 4 times g equals 24. My second line, what should it look like?
You write 4 times 6.
Keep going.
Oh, equals 24.
Very good. 4 times 6 equals 24. And then my last line, what does that look like, Jason? And what do I do with the equal sign? I put a check over it. Very good. Okay, so this is going to be true. How do we feel so far? Okay. Number 7 through the next few, the directions are a little different. It says, tell whether the equation is true or false for the given value of the variable. Actually, I think the directions are the same. It's the exact same. The only difference this time is that as we get further down our practice problems, notice that we have longer ones, exactly. Which is why writing our equation is super important. Developing those good habits. So we're going to start, I'm actually going to skip number 7 and 8. And we're going to jump to number 9 because this one's written a little differently because you have the answer first equals, yeah, you can do whatever you need to do, equals the expression. So I have 35. You're going to go back and do, sorry, I thought you said a marker. Can we use a marker for color? Don't mark them out, no, because you're going to go back and do 7 and 8. Okay. Okay, 35 equals h plus 27 is what we're going to write first. Just because I have my answer first does not mean this is any different than what it's been, okay? It just flip-flopped where my answer is and where my expression is in this equation. So I'm going to replace what I know. What do I know about h? It equals 8. So I'm still going to plug everything in, and my last step is still solving it. So 35 equals, what is 8 plus 27? 35. So this is going to be true. You solve it the exact same way, but you want to make sure that you write your equation exactly how it gives it to you and then plug in what you know. Okay, number 10 is the exact same way. I'm going to let you try that one in a minute on your own, but let's look at number 11 because this one is where it really kind of changes. So looking at the first one, my equation is p divided by 3 equals 13 plus 4. So my second row, I'm going to replace p with what I know p to be equal to, which is 54. So 54 divided by 3 is equal to 13 plus 4. Do you understand why I was so particular about order of operations and rewriting every step along the way? It sets you up for things like this. It builds, everything builds. There's a reason why we do it. There's a reason why I'm having you do it this way. Okay? All right, so now I'm going to solve it. So I have 54 divided by 3. If you don't know what it is, let's just practice our division over here. 54 divided by 3. Oops. 3 goes into 5 once. I'm going through the division step. So if you struggle with long division, pay attention. 3 goes into 5 one time. 3 times 1 is 3. Subtract, bring down. 3 goes into 24 8 times. So this is going to be 18 Equals, what's 13 plus 4? 17. They are not equal. So in the blue rectangle, I need to write false. Okay, let's do number 14. Number 14 is 30 over A. What does it mean if it's set up like a fraction? What operation am I doing? Division, very good. Okay, so I'm going to replace what I know. I have 30 over 6 equals 14 minus 8. So 30 over 6 really means 30 divided by 6. What is 30 divided by 6? 5. And again, you should have all of these 3 colored steps on every single problem in your book, just like how I have, okay? This is what I'm expecting on your practice page. All right, so 5 equals, what's 14 minus 8?
14 minus 8 is 6.
6. Are these equal?
No.
No, so we draw a slash and then we write false. Okay, you and your tables, I'm going to give you some time. I want you to go back and answer 7, 8, 10, 12, and 13 together. Okay, write each of your steps just like how we did together. Okay, just to clarify, I am wanting you guys to solve each problem this way. So you have 3 different steps for every problem, okay? If you and your groups do not finish in class today, your homework is to finish the ones that your group did not get through. You are going to complete page 97. That is your homework. We are going to go over these on Monday together. Okay, we're going to finish this lesson on Monday, but I want you to have page 97 completed. So work on it with your groups, whatever your group doesn't finish. You've got about 5 more minutes. Whatever your group does not finish together, that is your homework to finish before Monday.